In this video, we will be covering the onboarding setup of the platform. So as soon as the user has created their account and they log in, they would land on this page and you can see that this is the model that is being shown currently. So all the first time users would be seeing this model. So once they land on this page, they would click on this button which says get started. Once this button is clicked, the very first step of the onboarding is to enter the basic information. So whatever information the admin has entered while creating their account, right, those would load up here. And in case the admin wants to make any changes, suppose they want to edit their first name, last name, any changes that they want to make, they can do that here. And once they've reviewed all the details, they would click on continue. After that, they would be taken to the step 2, which is inviting users to the platform. So here, the admin can invite multiple users, be it students, parents, admins, or tutors. The admin can invite them. They can enter their first name, last name, and then the email address of the student. And then once they've added all the details, they can click on invite and continue. If they want to add multiple users, once they've added the first user, they can click on this button add new user. A new row item would appear. Here again, the admin can enter the first name, last name, and email address, then select the user type. Once they've added all the details, they'll click on invite and continue. Now here you can see that I've added the details of the users whom I want to invite. Now I'll select the user type from the drop down. Once I've added all the details, I'll click on invite and continue. In case the admin wants to skip the step, they can simply click on the skip button and they would be taken to the next step. So once I click on invite and continue, the users whose details have been added, they would receive an email invitation with a sign up link to the platform. Then in the third step, we have the business details where the admin would be entering the time zone, the date format, the street address, country, state, city, and zip code. The time zone and date format would become the default date format of the entire platform. So wherever the admin is scheduling a session or sending out an invoice, so this time zone would be followed for that. Once all the details have been entered, the admin would click on continue. You can see that I've added these details. Once the details have been entered, the user will click on continue and they would be taken to the next step, which is the add services. Here, the admin can add the services which will be offered. The maximum limit of adding the service here is 3. If the admin wants to add more services, they can go to the settings after the onboarding is done, and from there, they can add more than 3 services there. The admin can also choose to edit any service or delete any as they wish. Suppose they want to add a service. Once they've added the service, the admin would add the topics related to the service. Once they've typed out the topic, they would click on this plus. This topic has been added for this particular service. Similarly, the admin can add multiple topics for this service. Once that has been added, in case the admin wants to add more service, they will click on this add service button. Once they do that, you can see that a new service field has appeared. The admin would again type out the service name. Once that is done, they would add the topics for it. Once all the details have been entered, the admin would click on continue and the services and topics would get saved. Now, this is the final step of the onboarding, which is the white labeling. This basically allows the users to customize the platform as per their brand. So, what the admin can do is they can upload their logo, they can upload the favicon, which would basically appear on the browser top icon. Then they can add the support email and their website URL, and they can white label the platform as per their brand's color. So the admin can also choose to skip this step if they want to take care of this later. If they want to add the logos and everything right now, they can do it right away and then they can click on continue. So once all these details have been added, you can see that the onboarding has been completed by the user. So now they can start using the platform. So as soon as the onboarding has been done, all the essential default details have been entered by the admin. They would land on the dashboard page. And from here, there is an app tray in the header navigation using which the admin can navigate to different products calendar, invoicing, and prep work. Then we have the settings where the admin would be again able to access all the settings with respect to the account, then the product, then the brand highlights, then the billings and payment. So from here, the admin can make any changes to the details that they've entered. And then in the product settings also, the admin can access all of this. Same for the white labeling. So all of this can be accessed via settings. So this was all about the onboarding and the platform walkthrough.